Beautiful downtown Seattle. We're a few miles away at Alaska Airlines Arena where the Utah Red Rocks, coming off their first 198 in a couple of years. That was 3 days ago. They take on the Washington Huskies, coming off their season high, a 196-825 in Texas on Saturday. It's Pac-12 Gymnastics here on Pac-12 Network. And hi everybody, along with Elisa Mao, I'm Rich Burke. Just today, the rankings switched to being based off national qualifying scores. That puts a premium on doing well on the road.
That's right. This is an all-important road meet for Utah. They want to get rid of a 197-1 that has them ranked 4th. Washington as well. They only have 2 home scores right now. They want to get rid of a 195 to hopefully get in the top 36 to qualify for regionals.
Now you don't see Cal in there. They would be ranked number 9. Oregon State would be ranked number 13, but those 2 schools, along with Arizona, don't have enough road meets to qualify for the national qualifying scores as of yet. Now, both these teams are performing for the 2nd time on this long weekend, and for Utah on Friday at home, senior Crystal Issa had the first perfect 10 of her career.
Yeah, Utah was coming off its first Pac-12 loss in 2 seasons, and so Crystal Issa had fallen the week before. The first time in her senior season she'd fallen, and then came for this perfect 10. Watch her throw up the U here and then take a little picture to remember the crowd in her senior meet. She's been over 9-9 in every single meet this season except for that one fall, and was perfect on Friday night.
It was fantastic. The 7th perfect 10 in the Pac-12 conference this year. She's a fan favorite in Utah. They loved it. Now, Skylar Killer-Wilhelm has been a rock for this Washington program that is on the rise.
The only all-around competitor for the Huskies. She had a season-high 39.425 on Saturday night at Metroplex. She excels on bars and beams. She's ranked in the top 30 on both of those, and she'll compete in the all-around tonight, going head-to-head against Utah freshman Grace McCallum.
Yeah, McCallum, an Olympian, along with Amelie Morgan of Utah. She was an Olympian for Great Britain. Both of them won medals in Tokyo. So they will highlight things. We've got the Red Rocks and the Gym Dogs first rotation coming up from Seattle. Teens averaged a 9.9. Phenomenal. 5 schools have done it this year. Utah did it for the first time on Friday. Defending national champion Michigan has done it twice. Oklahoma 3 times. Florida a couple of times. LSU also did it on Friday. They were actually the 5th team to do it after Utah became the 4th team earlier in the day. And Utah, led by head coach Tom Farden, always enthusiastic and positive. Now in his 12th year with the Red Rocks and 7th as head coach, including 4 years as co-head coach with Megan Marsden.
Right. He talked about this 2-meet weekend, and how important that is for the Utes as they prepare for postseason. In the regionals, you have to do 2 meets and qualify in that top 2 out of the 2nd meet. So they need to get mentally and physically prepared for this kind of competition.
Jen Llewellyn, first-year head coach at Washington after 9 years at D2 Lindenwood University in St. Charles, Missouri. She started the program there and led them to 3 Division II national titles, and twice, 2015 and 2016, was named the USA Gymnastics Head Coach of the Year for all levels. The former Jen Kessler from Kenmore, Washington, about 10 miles north of here, was an All-American at Oregon State. Utah leads the all-time series 63-0 with 2 ties, 19 straight wins since the time in 2013. The other tie was in 2001. Highly unlikely that Washington is going to win this one, but things could change in a couple of years with Llewellyn to the helm.
Absolutely. She's proven that she can build teams, and she knows the Pac-12, she knows the Northwest, and so just the perfect person right now to lead the Washington program.
Here's Ashley Blum, been in the vault lineup each of the past 6 meets.
And that was a Yurchenko full. You'll see that throughout the lineup. It was a much better block than we've seen from Ashley, and you can tell she wasn't really ready for the height and power that she had, which led to those, sort of big hop and a step back. That'll be a sizable deduction on the landing, but you can tell the basics and the foundation are there for that to become a solid vault for the Huskies.
So the home team goes in Olympic order. They start on vault. Meanwhile, the visitors start on bars. Here's Amelie Morgan, who is from England. She's a freshman, and she was part of Great Britain's bronze medal winning team in Tokyo this past summer.
Yeah, just an embarrassment of riches for Utah. They start their bars lineup with 2 Olympians. Emily here has so much talent and so many skills that they could choose from, with a phenomenal stick there on the double tuck. She actually didn't do a backwards dismount in the Olympics. She competed a toe on front, and so Tom Farden said after she got to campus they had to teach her a backward flipping dismount. Earlier in the season she did a double layout, now she's doing a double tuck. Just shows you her incredible depth of skills on this event.
And she is loving her time in Salt Lake City.
And also loves the anchor spot, the lead off. She does lead off on bars. She'll also do lead off on beam. Really likes setting the table for her teammates.
A 9.6 for Ashley Blum. Now Brenna Brooks, you see the start value here at 9.95. They have one gymnast, Lana Navarro, will have a start value of 10 on vault.
And she will do a Yurchenko layout half, so it's a forward landing vault. Harder to land facing forward, but still only out of a 9.95.
Her 4th vault this year, pair of 9.725s her high.
Really nice job to find that landing. It was a little flat off the table, but nice form throughout and just the tiniest hop there.
Very well done for Brooks on that blind landing.
Yeah, so you'll see she'll just do the half turn in the air. Beautiful layout position. Nice straight hips throughout. And then just finds the near stick, just the tiniest of hops.
Brooks, a senior from Allen, Texas. This last season with an injury. A 9.9 for Emily Morgan. That's a 1/4 of a tenth off her career high, set 9 days ago against Cal. And now here's the U.S. Olympian and silver medalist in Tokyo, Grace McCallum.
And right off the bat, overcooks that first handstand a little bit, pulls it back nicely, but won't get the 10 on this routine that we saw her get at UCLA earlier this season.
Yeah, adventuresome couple of weeks on bars for McCallum. 2 weeks ago had the first perfect 10 of her career. Last week suffered a fall, then rebounded with a 9.95 on Friday at home against Oregon State.
And rebounded there with a beautiful rest of the routine. Very little room for deduction. Sticks this full-in dismount. Same one she did at the Olympics where she went 8 for 8 for Team USA.
Grace McCallum, one of 4 Olympic gymnasts in the Pac-12. Along with the teammate Emily Morgan, Jordan Childs of UCLA, Jade Carey of Oregon State. 9.775 for Brooks. Now here is Lana Navarro, a freshman from Laverne, California. Career high 9.875 Saturday in Fort Worth.
You'll see her do the Yurchenko 1.5, so an extra half twist than we saw from Brenna before her. Important to get a good block. Wow, and I love that she wanted to show off that stick. It is so hard to find the landing on that 1.5, and she wanted to make sure that the judges noticed. So a good entry. She was a little bit high on, so you can tell she needed to keep twisting as she was coming into the ground, but was able to plant those feet, put the heels together, and show off the stick.
9.9 for Grace McCallum, so back-to-back solid bars routines after her fall. And now here is the junior Abby Paulson. Been a return to the bars lineup on Friday after being out of the lineup for 4 weeks, and she carved this season-high tying 9.85 at home against Oregon State.
And she attended the same club as Grace McCallum, Twin City Twisters. They have produced, obviously, Olympians and just phenomenal college athletes throughout the country. Nice job. Just the step back was a little bit crooked on her blindfold going into that double tuck. Otherwise, I like the leg extension and the really nice toe point throughout the routine. So on these twisting skills, she has a nice handstand leading into it. You want to make sure that you finish the turn on top of the bar. She was a little bit short. But again, we sit at a very different angle than the judges do. And actually, Jen Kessler talked about competing on podium on Saturday night and how the judges' angles are very different on podium.
There's a career-high 9.9 on vault for Lana Navarro. And now here's the all-arounder, Skylar Kittle-Wilhelm.
Should be a clean Yurchenko full. Really nicely done. Just beautiful form, great body position. Sometimes she'll pike that down, but kept it nice and straight and just the slightest hop back.
Only gym dog to do the all-around this year. She's done it in all 6 meets.
That's right. And watch the teammates just erupt in celebration for her. That's a great angle to show how intricate those vaults are. They make them look easy. You see so many of those Yurchenkos, but it's really intricate to go from the round off onto the board, back to the table, and twist off.
A 9.8 for Abby Paulson, and now here is Sage Thompson, 2019 Junior Olympic National Champion on bars. She posted a career high time 9.925 3 days ago. That could have been a quarter of a tenth higher, most people thought. She's been 9.8 or above in all 7 of her collegiate bars routines, and at 9.85 or above in 6 of the 7.
Yeah, I like the floaty pack salto. Keeps her arms straight on the catch, and then she'll connect 2 release moves right here. The Maloney to the in-bar Ginger, beautifully done. She'll finish with a double layout dismount. Nice stretched body and a stick with the legs together. Cannot do it much better than that.
And Tom Farden in the background, thrusting his hands in the air.
You know it's a good routine when you get the Tom Farden fist bump.
Yep. Sage Thompson, the freshman from Lehigh, Utah.
Check out the double layout. Nice job keeping her ankles together through the flip, and then on the landing you can land with your feet a little bit apart. That's to protect the gymnasts when they land. They want you to be able to pull your ankles together, almost like you're in first position in ballet, to show off the stick.
9.85 for Skylar Kittle-Wilhelm, matching her score from Saturday. And now here is Geneva Thompson, the 5th-year senior from Puyallup, Washington. Had a season best 9.925 8 days ago at Oregon State.
Check the height she gets on this vault. Wow. Phenomenal, and sticks it. She has gotten a perfect 9.95 on that vault before. I really have a hard time finding much wrong with that. It could have a little bit more distance, but truly gets exceptional block, has a great leg form in the air, just tiny flex feet if I'm being really picky on the way down. But again, we're watching in slow-mo, and an absolutely flawless landing.
That 9.95, which is a perfect routine in the Yurchenko full, came in March of 2020. A 9.85 for Sage Thompson.
And now the red right.
And now here is Miley O'Keefe, defending NCAA Bars champion, has posted a season-high 9.9 3 times this year, including on Friday at home against Oregon State. All 7 scores have been either 9.875 or 9.9. Watch for her unique dismount.
Yeah, I'm waiting for her 10 on this event. She has flawless form. Really, that half pirouette on the low bar is the only place, aside from the dismount, where I see any slight deduction for her. She does this Arabian double front, the smallest step back. The height above the bar on that dismount is just fantastic, and it actually gives her the chance to spot the landing, because she'll do the half turn to lead into the Arabian double front. I mean, her entire flip was above the bar, just exceptional.
Really unique dismount.
Super unique. Difficult to land forward like that. She's gotten the stick. You can tell she is such a fierce competitor. She's always sort of appears upset with herself when she is not perfect, which she has been on beam.
So they found a quarter of a tenth of fault with Geneva Thompson's vault. Remember, start value 9.95, she had 9.925. And here is Amara Cunningham.
Last week in Texas, Amara got one perfect 9.95 for a judge. I think there was a little bit of a slide back on that vault. We'll have to check in the replay. But like Geneva Thompson, this vault is nearly flawless. Yeah, I can't decide what they'll call that, but I just call it a beautiful Yurchenko full.
Yeah, just 2 days ago, that 9.925 in Fort Worth, Texas. Half a tenth better than her previous career high. Lamar Cunningham anchoring the vault rotation for Washington. And now Crystal Issa, who had the perfect 10 on beam on Friday, going with her bars routine. Last year's Pac-12 bars co-champ at a 9.875 on Friday. Career high 9.95 3 weeks ago.
And there's her Ray release move, beautifully done, named after the 2000 Olympian and former UW head coach Elise Ray. This is the most difficult dismount combination being done in the country, and wow! So that full turn handstand on the high bar, she is trying to go too hard for that perfect handstand position. Arches a little bit, is so strong that she pulls back. Look at that dramatic arch, and then has to tap into the double layout.
Wow.
It's just exceptional how strong she is to be able to come back from that, and then the experience to stick the double layout.
Crystal Issa, the senior from Henderson, Nevada. 2021 Pac-12 co-champ on bars and beam. Runner-up in the all-around. Mara Cunningham ended up with a 9.875 on her vault after a career high 9.925 on Saturday in Fort Worth.
So after a little bit of a slow start from the first two, those last four Husky gymnasts all over 9.8. It'll be a new season high for them on vault in that first rotation.
And Crystal Issa was given a 9.875 for her bars routine. Hey, keep a close eye on what happens here. Watch this gymnast on the bars. Now watch closely. You've heard of shapeshifters? We have color changes. The Gym Dogs and the Red Rocks. Rotation 2 coming up from Seattle.